Hey guys, Jared Wesley here of Live Traders, and you know what? We're going to talk about the ridiculousness that is Gamestop, Wallstreet Bets, and Reddit against the hedge funds and against Wall Street, etc. and so forth. That's today's topic. It's the feel-good story of the year, isn't it? GameStop and Wallstreet Bets and Reddit against the big boys, the hedge funds, Wall Street. Everyone's talking about it. A gazillion YouTube videos have been made about it. But it's time to really get down to the brass tacks, okay? This isn't some David versus Goliath story. This isn't the movie Rudy, okay? It's not like that. Wall Street versus Main Street. Well, I suppose there's always been a Wall Street versus Main Street. The only difference is you guys got it twisted. You got it backwards. A lot of you guys out there are thinking, ooh, you know, look what these guys on Wallstreet Bets and Reddit did to the big hedge funds. They didn't do anything to the big hedge funds. And today, I'm going to tell you why. Guys, Wall Street never loses. That is something you have to understand. Every once in a while, maybe they get their hand caught in the cookie jar, okay? But the one thing you don't want to do is piss off Wall Street. The way I look at it is like this. You may or may not appreciate, or you may not like this. You may find this analogy untasteful, so to speak, okay? But when you think about it, why do the cartels, the Mexican drug cartels, keep most of their business on the southern border? Why do they keep it south of that border? Because they know if they cross over into the U.S. and do some of the things that they do, and I'm not talking about the drug portion, I'm talking about the enforcement aspect. Guess what they're going to get the attention of? The U.S., okay? And they don't want to sting the sleeping bee, or they don't want to wake up the sleeping bear. So they have it perfectly. They do all the crime down south and send all the drugs up north. Well, that's exactly basically what Wall Street does. You don't want to piss them off. And this is basically, when you think about it, what Wallstreet Bets, what Reddit users have done. They've basically awakened a sleeping giant, okay? I can tell you this as a fact. Wall Street does not play by the same rules that you and I play by, okay? These are big banks, and I want you to really think about something for a second, okay? If you looked a couple days ago, the White House was monitoring the situation on GameStop. Do you believe for even 1 nanosecond that the White House was worried about Wallstreet Bets and Reddit folks being treated fairly? Or do you think maybe they were more worried about regulatory issues, SEC, FINRA, and wait, the big banks? Because when you look at the government, guys, most of the people who have these high-ranking positions in the finance areas are what? Ex-bankers from JP Morgan, from Goldman Sachs. Heck, look at Janet Yellen. You get my point. So guys, you're messing with the wrong people, okay? So like I said earlier, you may win a little battle here and there, but you're going to lose the war. These are smart people, okay? It's like that saying in stock car racing, okay? There are two types of racers out there. There are losers and there are cheaters, okay? So if Wall Street can't beat you the legal way, they'll just cheat. You don't think that they have one of, if not the single largest lobbies in Washington, D.C., because they don't care about how politics affect banking. Well, no, they do it because they know it works. So today, again, we're going to talk a little bit about GameStop and the charts and what proper trading looks like, but we're also going to talk about the idiocy of people on Reddit and Wallstreet Bets. They are basically helping people lose millions and millions of dollars collectively. So sure, you may have put a little bee sting into Melvin Capital or Point72 or Citadel or Citron or whomever. Okay, they're coming out of this strong, guys. Do you really believe that Citadel and Stephen Cohen just gave $2 to $3 billion to Melvin Capital because they didn't think they were gonna get it back? They lent them those billions of dollars because they knew they were gonna get it back, okay? Guys, they're playing chess and you're playing checkers, all right? You're a part of the problem. Most of the people out there, they're betting their life savings, they're taking money out on credit cards, and they're dumping it into dog shit stocks like GME. Guys, it's a dog shit company. Okay, it's shocking that they haven't filed for bankruptcy protection yet. No, this isn't me protecting the hedge funds, guys. This is the hedge funds realizing what a garbage company it is. Okay, they lost $1 billion last year. It was a $5 or $10 stock for a reason. Okay, it will come back down to those areas. But what we're getting at here is they play by different rules than you. And if you infringe upon those rules and they don't like it, or maybe you even step on their pinky toe, they're going to change the rules. And you know it's going to hurt? It's going to hurt you. They never lose. Answer me this if you think that I'm wrong, okay? If you think, for example, a Chinese wall in an investment banking firm exists, you know, the wall that keeps investment bankers away from the trading desk, keeps them separate so they can't share information, right? Come on, guys. If you've ever worked on Wall Street, you know those things don't exist. Two guys go to the bathroom, they're at the stall taking a piss, and they're like, hey, you know, we're about to close on that that XYZ takeover that we're doing, $75 a share. Some kid walks out, or some guy walks out of the urinal or the other stall going, oh, he happens to work at the trading desk though. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, wait, the investment bankers were at the, at the urinals, and the other guy was in the stall, and it's like, oh, I overheard that by accident. Oh, not my fault. These are the same people, guys, that they know when they're going to do something wrong or illegal. Guess what they know before they do something illegal? They know what the penalty is, too. They know they're going to take a fine of $300 or $400 million for certain things they do, but they know they're going to make $1 billion off of it anyway. It's a win-win for them. Why do you think they lobby Washington so hard? I've heard, and I can't confirm this, but I've heard there's five finance lobbyists for every congressperson in Washington. That is insane. Absolutely insane. So again, they're playing chess and you're playing checkers. So all you did was stir up the hornet's nest. You don't think that the government's going to side with the little guy when they got $4, $5, $10 trillion worth of banking and hedge fund money out there to protect? No, they're not. Okay, and in some ways, those hedge funds do represent a lot of average people. But you guys have to understand that what came out of this is just stupidity. Sure, there were some people that made big money on GME, okay? But even that guy, I can't remember his name, you guys all know who he is, he was up 50 million. Now he's down to $7 million. How does this happen? You know how it happens? Because they should have never been up 50 million to begin with, because they're gamblers, right? They are pure and simple gamblers, okay? Some of you are going, well, geez, I would have stopped when I was at 30 million, 40 million. I would have at least protected some. You're missing the mindset. The only way to get from $50,000 to $50 million is to be insanely aggressive and not know when to quit, okay? Now, on the flip side of this, guys, there are some regulations that are already against us as traders. Think about this for a second. Why in the world do you need $25,000 to open up a PDT account? Why does the SEC and FINRA require $25,000? Well, I mean, when you think about it this way, you know all those signs out, I don't care what side of the aisle you're on, it's not a political statement, but you understand what I'm getting at, okay? All those people out there like, my body, my choice, my body, my choice, my body, my choice, right? Well, the government supports that. The new administration supports that. What about my money, my choice? What about that? My money, my choice. No, they don't care about that. They need to babysit your money. Do you see where I'm going with this? The rules are rigged against you regardless. So you think by just stirring the hornet's nest, you guys are going to come out on top. No, the vast majority of people got their asses handed to them on GME. All right, and I can promise you this, those monster hedge funds, they aren't one of them. Sure, they took a hit, 10, 20, 30, 40%, some of them. They will get their money back. That I promise you. Another area to show you how far out of the game that people are with their thought process. You saw Discord, I think it was last week. Discord came out and did what? They took the servers down for Wallstreet Bets. Now, why would they do that? I mean, come on. They said their reasoning behind it, and I got to get this quote straight, so I'm just going to pick it. I got to get this quote. The quote says, they removed the Wallstreet Bets server from its platform for violating its guidelines on hate speech and spreading misinformation. Well, all you have to be on Wallstreet Bets is about 2 or 3 seconds, and there's hate speech and misinformation. Well, why didn't they do that a month ago? Why didn't Discord do this a month ago or 2 months ago or 6 months ago? Because it went against the bigger narrative, okay? Google Getting rid of bad reviews of Robinhood. Are you kidding me? That's totalitarianism. Again, it's all about big business against you. And that, of course, that's why this story blew up. And that's why a lot of people on Wall Street Bets are like, yes, 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 let's do this. But here's the problem. You're driving people broke. Look at some of these things that people are saying on Wall Street Bets. I mean, look at this long diatribe that this guy writes. It's some of the most ridiculous slop horse shit that I have ever read in my life. But the main point here is what? Hold the line. Hold the line. YOLO. Hold the line. Like you're some Roman army or something like that. You're not. The vast majority of you are going to get decimated, absolutely wiped out, because you don't know your ass from a hole in the wall when it comes to investing, let alone trading, okay? So guys, in a couple minutes here, I want to take a look at what good trading looks like versus what people are doing on GME. People are losing tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars because the crowd mentality are a bunch of idiots, okay? Look, the 1% is the 1%. Because they're the 1%. All right? Again, a few people, for every one person that made money on Gamestop, I mean decent money, there's probably 1,000 or 10,000 people that lost on it because they all wanted to be part of the hoopla. Look, when you have Uber drivers and I have family members, what's going on with Gamestop? Should I get in? You know it's a bunch of ridiculousness. Then you got millions of people on Reddit, Wall Street Bets going, hold the line, we're going to take these people down. You're not taking nothing down. The only thing that's going down is your account, and I promise you that, okay? So this is really, when you think about it, a public service message. Stop effing around with shit you don't understand. No, this isn't about the hedge funds or me supporting Wall Street. I'm a huge proponent of capitalism, okay? I believe in 2008, half those people should have gone to jail, but only one did. How is that possible? Because they own the market. They own the government. They make the rules. And when the rules don't suit them, they change the rules, okay? So my point, you're going, well, geez, Jared, on this long diatribe, what is your point? My point is, stay out of stuff you don't understand. If you want to put a little $1,000 bet down on it, great, go ahead. Okay, that's fine. But don't take 50 grand, 100 grand, or your life savings or your student loan check or whatever it is and go put it into GME or AMC. That's foolish. It's foolish, guys. And again, I agree the rules don't always make sense. All right? I think it's meant that way. And I also understand, yes, we shouldn't be told what we can and can't do with our money. I mean, we talked about it. You need $25,000 to be a trader, but my money, my choice. But they don't care if you took $25,000 and went to Las Vegas and just bet it all on poker or bet it all on blackjack, right? They don't care about that. But no, you have to at least have 25 grand to be a day trader, to get over the pattern day trading rule. It's a nanny state, okay? And when the big players lose, they win anyway because they change regulations, they get a little tiny fine, and then they get a bailout. Who's bailing you out? You think your little $600 or $1,200 COVID relief check is going to help you out? No. So again, the whole point of this is simply to say to you, if you don't understand it, don't get into it. There is no such thing as get rich quick. The guys who made millions on GameStop are no different than people that win the lottery, okay? They're not. They're so far and few between. Sure, one or two of those accounts get all the traction, all the coverage, all the news. But what about the thousands of people that got hammered and lost everything and are still holding because they were told to hold the line, toe the line? It's just idiocy. You want to know why some people have most of the money in this country? Because they're not idiots. So don't be one. So right now, guys, I want to take a look at a couple charts and show you guys what good trading looks like. You guys see this chart on the screen? Now that's a beautiful trading. See, the irony of this whole thing is that the people in GameStop and AMC, they're just a bunch of gamblers. But here's what I find funny. Everyone talks about the day trading industry as a bunch of gamblers. Well, it's because of people and Wall Street Bets and Reddit and places like that that give us a bad name. Professional traders always have a predetermined amount of money that they're going to risk, which means the maximum amount they're allowed to lose is predetermined, okay? So we're always going to have an entry, a stop loss, and a target. And we're just going to follow the rules. If you're willing to risk $100 on a trade and it gets minus 100, you're out. You're done. There's no YOLO. There's no hold the line. It's just get out. Okay, so we take a look at this chart here, guys. Look at this daily gap down under a pivot. What a beautiful daily chart. The 60-minute has a little bit of a consolidation. On top of that, wow, look at this really pretty 2-minute consolidation here at 62.50, right? It's just holding 62.50, 62.50, 62.50, and then boom, it drops below. This is a perfect multiple time frame trade, right? Where we gap under a daily pivot, so we use the top-down approach. We start with the higher time frame first, and then we drill down to the lower time frame. And then you get in when we have a pattern. All right, money management, risk management, trade management. Make 2, 3, 4 to 1 on this trade and you move on it. If it didn't work, you'd get out with a loss and still move on. You don't bag hold. That's stupid, okay? Now take as an example, that trade I just showed you, that's good trading. Well, what about this trade on DAL, Dow, okay? I got in on a little 5-bar play, breakout, whatever you want to call it. Nice pattern right around that $31 area, and guess what? It filled me at the high and immediately came against me. I lost $800, $900, $1,000 on this thing, and you know what that was? That was good trading. I took a good pattern with a proper entry, proper stop loss, and I knew what my predetermined risk was. So yeah, I lost money on it, but I knew going in what my maximum exposure was. These people on GME don't. You know what their maximum exposure is? Their entire account. If they go in with 50K, they're willing to risk all of it. That's just dumb. Asinine foolishness. That's stupidity. Okay? And then one last one here, guys. These are some trades that Unmall took. You can see, look at this. $10,000 in one day on 3 trades, guys. Okay? 2 3-bar plays and then a nice little pullback. Rip, rip, rip. Now, and again, I want to be clear. Entry, stop, target, result. If all 3 of those had popped and dropped, Unmall would have gotten out minus 1,000, minus 1,000, minus 1,000, and moved on. That is what good trading looks like. That is what good money management looks like. That is what good trade management looks like, guys. Pattern trading, technical analysis trading, guys, is not just using past price action to help predict future price movement. It's also a systematic way to make money through the use of proper trade and money management. And this is what's killing me about these people in GME. Why do you think hedge funds do so well, other than the fact that they have a ton of money, they're really smart people, they have all the policies going their direction, and they sometimes cheat? You know, other than those small things, because they have rules too. They have rules too. Melvin Capital didn't hold GME up to $500 a share. No, they had a threshold that they got out as well. They have rules. Most of you guys out there don't have rules, and this is why you're getting hammered. Okay? So I hope you guys learned a little bit about the BS that is Wall Street Bets and Reddit versus the hedge funds on Gamestop. They didn't do anything. The only thing they did was wake up a sleeping giant, and Wall Street will make sure that they're not put in this position ever again. And the only person it hurts is you. Okay? So don't think you pulled one over. If you're the 1 out of 1,000 that pulled some money out and got lucky, good for you. Don't do it again. I always say it to my traders. If you got lucky making that money, don't spend it, because the market wants it back, and it usually gets it back. All right, I'm Jared Wesley of Live Traders. If you like this video, please click that like button, smash that subscribe button, and as always, turn on those click notifications. All right, Jared Wesley of Live Traders. See you again next week.